Hello everyone, my name is Miss A and for today's video, pag-uusapan natin ang angle launch projectile motion. This is the part 4 of my discussion about projectile motion. Pero kung hindi mo pa napapanood yung ibang videos ko about this one, I highly recommend that you watch first those videos, including yung discussion ko about horizontally launched projectile motion para maintindihan mo yung video ito. Now, let us recall the types of projectile motion to start with this video. So, I had introduced to you yung horizontally launch, which is na-discuss na natin sa previous video ko. And now, we will go into focus with angle launch, which is one of the types of projectile motion. Now, ano ba ang ibig sabihin o ano bang itsura ng isang bagay na under sa angle launch projectile motion? Kung sa horizontally launched projectile motion, ini-start natin yung motion ng object horizontally. So, pag trinaw natin, yung movement ng object ay horizontal. Okay? Pag angle launch naman, we consider some angle. Kunyari, angat natin ng mga 35 degrees, yung kamay natin. If yung kamay natin yung mismong gagamitin natin to adjust the angle degree bago natin i-throw yung object. Okay? So, that is angle launch projectile motion. And hindi siya nagaganap sa mataas na lugar. No, meron tayong special type of angle launch projectile motion. Pero yung pagpofokusan natin is yung klase ng angle launch na nangyayari on the ground. Okay? And then, yung mismong level kung saan nagsimula yung motion will be the same level doon mismo sa babagsakan niya. So, magkaparehas lang ng level. Now, aside from that, no, meron tayong mga kinoconsider na angle lang para masabi natin na angle launch projectile motion, yung ginagawa nating motion sa isang bagay. Okay? And that should be less than 90 degrees but more than 0 degree angle. Bakit less than 19 degrees? Kasi pagka 90 degrees eksakto yung gagawin natin, for example, this one. So this is from Pihet, okay, from Colorado. So, pagka in-adjust natin ng 90 degrees, itong cannon na to, kapag nilabas natin yung bullet niya mismo, alright, anong naobserbahan nyo sa movement ng lumabas sa cannon is that forming or ito ba ay parabolic or curve yung path or straight line lang hanggang sa matapos, hanggang sa bumalik yung mismong bullet. Alright, so base doon sa naobserbahan natin, straight line lang mula sa una dahil 90 degrees, straight line lang, vertical upward, then nag-vertical downward, wala man lang ka-horizontal yung movement niya. So in this case, makakategorize natin to as free fall. Okay, not a angle launch projectile motion. Okay? Aside from that, no, sabi rin dito, but more than 0 degree angle. Bakit more than 0 degree angle? Kasi pag 0 degree angle yan, tapos nasa level ground yung ginagawa nating motion, wala nang projectile motion doon. Bakit? Pag sinabi natin kasi yung projectile motion, isa sa mga category or consideration natin is that dapat may action si gravity. Pero since yung object like a ball rolling on the ground ay nasa 0 degree angle yon. So, wala nang kailangan pang gawin si gravity just because nasa near in the surface na yung object. Okay? Which is why the gravity ay nag-act sa object. Okay? Kasi nga gusto niya, no, lahat ng bagay na nagto-throw upward, no, ay ilalapit niya sa near surface of the earth. Okay? So, kung yung object ay nasa ground na at hindi naman siya galing sa elevated na lugar, no? So, wala tayong makikita na vertical motion or any action na galing sa gravity kasi nga nasa near surface of the ground na or near surface of the earth. Okay? Or nasa surface of the earth na siya. Okay? Pero, kung meron din tayong kinoconsider na kung yung 0 degree angle na to ay nangyari sa mataas na lugar, for example, yung nasa building, tapos we started a 0 degree angle, specifically horizontally launch yung ginawa. So, hindi na yon pa rin angle launch, but still projectile motion kasi yung bagay na ito-throw natin later on, babagsak siya ng pababa. That's because of the action of gravity. Alright? So, yun yung mga dapat nating consider para masabi natin na angle launch yung ating pinag-uusapan. Now, we have also variables na kailangan nating check upin kung ano yung mga kondisyon nila under this angle launch projectile motion. So, tingnan natin. So, now we started, again, separate the situation of horizontal motion variables and the vertical motion variables since parehas sila na independent sa isa't isa. Okay? Yung isa, hindi naapektuhan sa presence ng gravity, just the horizontal motion. Yung isa naman ay naapektuhan sa gravity. That's why they have different situation of their variables. And we have an example ngayon ng ating angle launch projectile motion. So, isa is GIF, pinakita ko na kanina. And yung isa naman, yung letter B, shows to us the vector direction or ng mismong horizontal motion and vertical motion. Yung red dyan represents vertical motion and yung blue is horizontal motion. So let's start with horizontal motion. Okay? So I want you to observe, no, pag sinabi nating horizontal motion, ano yung line or ano yung itsura ng arrow pag nakita natin. Okay? So, pag nakita natin kunyari sa bola 'no, it's a straight line na horizontal yung kanyang direksyon or it's either left or right, okay. So, can you please trace anong nangyayari dun sa arrow 'pag, ng horizontal line, okay, that represents horizontal motion dito sa videong ito, okay. So, have you seen it changing? Nagbabago ba yung arrow natin na nakatutok sa um, either left or right? Okay? Nagbago ba? Hindi po, no? Pero, at certain degree, we are sure that it is non-zero. Okay? Kasi nga, kasama siya doon, okay, sa mismong pag-move ng object. Okay? That's why our VOX is non-zero. Okay, now, how about yung VFX natin? So, yung VFX natin, class, still, we apply the same um, scenario or same VFX that we had sa horizontal motion dahil hindi naman kasi nga naapektuhan ng gravity si horizontal motion. But still, we consider the quote-unquote no air resistance and other forces na dapat nag-act during projectile motion para still yung ating VOX and VFX is equal to each other. Okay? Next, how about our acceleration? Since that there is no forces na pwedeng makaapekto kay horizontal motion during projectile motion, that's why ang acceleration natin dito is equals to 0. Okay? How about the time? So, our time right here is the same with vertical motion. So, makikita nyo rin naman, no, yung motion ng bilog or yung mismong ball, green ball right here sa letter B natin na picture. Nakikita nyo yung mga arrows nila, okay, ay parehas yung ating horizontal and vertical motion ay nangyayari. Okay, so ibig sabihin yan, kung ano yung time na nagsimula at nagtapos yung ating vertical motion, ganoon din si horizontal motion since sabay naman sila or simultaneously naganap silang dalawa. Okay? Next, how about our DX o yung tinatawag nating range? So, sa range, madedetect lang natin yan or mame-measure after the angle launch projectile motion. Alright? Next. So, how about our vertical motion? So, let us observe first, no, yung another video coming from the physics classroom na kung saan ay ginamit nyo to answer your activity. So, I want you to observe no, kung meron bang changes when it comes to length ng arrows pagdating sa VOX. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin VOX, paano mo natin malalaman? Before magkaroon ng changing ng direction, that is the VOX right there. Okay? Or yung starting natin, okay, from the ground. Okay? So, meron ba kayo nakita na pagbabago sa length ng arrow? Definitely there is. Okay? And that's why our VOY right here is equals to a non-zero. Alright? So, how about our VFY? So, since nakita rin natin na mayroong pagbabago sa arrow after such time na huminto or lumiit yung arrows din nag-iba ng direction. That's why our VFY is non-zero. And that kind of movement is due to gravity. Okay, now, let us consider also na in the same time, for example, the 1 second before mapunta tayo sa peak. 'Di ba ang ating velocity sa peak or yung pinakatuktok kung saan nag-stop momentarily or panaglitan yung ball, for example, yung ball yung ating projectile, okay, ay ang ating velocity doon is equal to zero. Okay? Before that, okay, yung 1 second before that peak, okay, and yung 1 second before that, after that peak, yung ating vertical motions ay parehas lamang. Okay? So, for example, this one, nakikita natin yung nakabilog, that's 9.8 meter per second, yung nakalagay. And then, the other one, kung makikita natin yung katapat niya, okay, that's equivalent to 1 second. No, parehas. Itong isa na positive, 9.8 meter per second, ay before the peak. And the other one, no, na nasa kabila, okay, nasa kabilang banta or malayo dun sa boy, no, or pabagsak na yung bola is negative na. So, negative 9.8 meter per second squared. Bakit naging negative 9 meter per second squared? So, ito muna dapat nating isipin, no? So, parehas sila in nangyari sa 1 second, yung isa lamang ay before huminto yung bola sa taas at yung isa naman ay bago bumaba, no? And that happens in 1 second. Okay, bago bumaba or after going to peak. Okay? So, nakita natin, magkaiba ba ng values? Hindi, no? So, parehas sila nung values. Ibig sabihin niyan, yung ating VOY is equals to VFY or yung tinatawag natin VFY is equals to VOY. Kung magkabaliktaran man yan, parehas lang yan. Okay, but because they are come from different direction. Okay, yung isa ng positive 9.8 meter per second is positive, okay? Meaning kasi galing siya sa upward, no? Kung makikita natin dito sa ating y-axis, sabi ko nga sa inyo, kapag yung movement ng isang bagay ay upward, that that kind of vertical motion represents the positive side of the y-axis. While yung mismo nagmo-move from downward, okay, from zero origin, that kind of object represents the negative signs or ilalagay natin is negative sign. So, ibig sabihin yan, no, itong positive na to na nakikita natin, positive 9.8 meter per second na malapit sa buoy, no, bago pa makarating doon sa pag-stop ng ball, is because upward yung motion niya. Okay? While yung isa naman na ball, okay, from 1 second na parehas or magkapantay doon sa another side of the ball bago or after that ball na nakastop, yung nasa gitna nilang dalawa, okay, is negative naman. Bakit negative? It's because downward naman yung motion niya. So, if we're going to find, okay, in this equation, yung ating VFY, no? Kung ano yung value ng VFY, ito medyo kulang. Okay? Kasi kung parehas silang positive right here, ibig sabihin, hindi nangyari yung parabola, kundi puro upward lang yung motion nila. So, para yung VFY natin dito is equals to a negative value of VOY, ilalagay natin negative right here. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, when we look upon the value of VFY, that is equals to negative VOY. Okay? Or initial velocity of y-axis or vertical motion. So, if VOY is equals to 9.8 meter per second, then yung ating VFY is equals to negative nakakalong, okay? Kasi galing yun sa VOY na value, 9.8 meter per second. Then after nun, ilalabas natin sa parenthesis to make it official na ito ay value ng VFY and that is equals to negative 9.8 meter per second. Naintindihan po ba natin yun? Okay, very good. So that means this one, yung VFY natin is a non-zero, but no, let us consider that is equal but opposite direction to the VOY, and this is due to, or yung motion ng VFY is due to gravity. Okay? So next, how about observing the acceleration? Yung acceleration ba from upward to downward motion ng isang angle launch projectile motion ay nagbabago? Let's see it from this one, from this video. So, yung acceleration or nire-representa ng acceleration right there is yung kulay blue. Okay. So, my question is, did you see it changing as like yung vertical line? Okay, so hindi po, no? So that means, no, yung ating acceleration due to gravity in vertical motion, since vertical motion ay masyado naapektuhan sa presence the gravity is always fixed, and that is negative 9.8 meter per second squared. Okay, next. How about the time? So, we have here the time. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung vertical motion natin and horizontal motion are happening at the same time. Kaya, no, parehas sila ng value ng time. Okay, so if we look or hahanapin natin yung time for vertical motion at may given naman sa horizontal motion, that makes sense, no? Kopyahin na lang yung value ng time ni horizontal motion kasi parehas lang silang nangyayari. How about dy? So, yung dy po, no, that's the height. Okay, so we could actually measure it kapag na-reach na natin yung peak o yung pinakatuktok ng kurba, okay, or curve path na magagawa ng isang bagay that is under angle launch projectile motion. Alright? So, next, we have also an additional information and that is the Vy or yung vertical motion natin at peak. So, at peak class, okay, so tandaan niyo saan ba natin malalaman yung at peak right there? So, makikita niyo po, medyo wala tayong makikita or ito yung nasa gitna, no? Nasa tuktok. Okay? So, yung red natin dyan na arrow represents vertical motion and the blue represents the horizontal motion. So, ano napansin nyo when it comes to the peak natin? May nakita po ba kayong red? Wala, no? So, that means, no, bakit kaya walang red? It's because, class, no, when it comes to our Vy right there, it's equals to 0. Okay? Or yung velocity natin and right there is equals to 0. And what kind of velocity is that? That is the Vy, okay, at peak o yung vertical vertical motion. Okay? The Vy, y represents y-axis, right? Okay. So now, for you to know the height, okay, so may formula tayo dyan. So, yung formula natin, we use dy is equals to bracket Voy plus Vfy, um, parenthesis divided by 2, this bracket times time. So, since yung VFY natin dyan, or yung dyan nag-start na mag-change yung direction, right? That's why yung Vy natin is equal also to VFY. Okay, tandaan nyo ha. So, dyan sa peak na yan, diyan nag-i-start magbabago yung ating direction, and that is the start also of VFY. That's why pagka sinabi nating Vy is equals to 0, equal rin siya sa VFY. Okay? Kaya nakikita nyo dito, when finding height at peak, yung ating VFY right here is equal to 0. And that's why, if we're going to calculate everybody, so we have your dy peak is equals to VOY divided by 2 times time up. Okay? So, bakit time up? Ano ba yung time up? Ito yung oras kung saan nasa tuktok or pataas yung motion. So, syempre, para makarating dun sa pinaka-peak ng ating projectile motion, kailangan munang tumaas, no? So, yung time na tumaas, no, hanggang sa ma-reach yung mismong peak, okay, tawag natin doon is time up. Okay? So, importante yon when we are dealing with vertical motion. Okay? So, laging ang ginagamit natin is time up or time down. Okay? Next, how about horizontal displacement? So, we have here, we use dx is equals to vox times time. Pero pag horizontal displacement class, no? Kung sa vertical motion, we are dealing with vertical motion na formulas, yung time down, that's equals to time up or time down. Okay? So, dito naman, pag horizontal motion, yung time dito, yung total time. Okay? And that is dx is equals to vox times total time. Now, how about the time? Okay? So, may mga nabanggit tayo, no? So, when we say time up, ito yung time natin sa pagtaas, no? At titigil lamang or yung reference natin ng kung saan lang yung time up is kung marating na natin yung pinakatuktok or yung peak or yung bagay na karating na sa tuktok ng mismong parabola. So, that's time up. Then, after that, no, mag-i-start ulit ng downward. So, pag nag-start na yung downward motion, tawag na natin doon is time down. Okay. Now, yung time up tsaka yung time down, equal lang po sila. So, ibig sabihin niyan, yung oras ng pag-angat ng object, ganun din pag bumagsak, yung oras ng pagbagsak niya. So that's why when we calculate the total time, no, we just multiply it in time up or time down. Kung yung ginagamit sa mismong problem solving is time up or asking for peak, so yung tawag sa time na yon is time up. Okay? Now, gagawin mo lang, i-multiply mo lang yung nakuha mong time up times 2 equals na yon sa total time. Okay? Bakit? Kasi nga, parehas lang naman si time up at saka si time down. Alright? So, kung ano yung value ng time up, ganun din si time down, multiply mo lang sa 2 para makita mo yung total time. Okay? Next, how about, no, pagka hinanap naman natin yung value ng time up. Okay? So, ang gagamitin nating formula from VFY is equals to VOY minus 9.8 times time. So, you can derive, no, 0, yung VFY natin, di ba, is equals to 0. So, lagay natin dyan 0 meters per second is equals to VOY minus 9.8 meter per second squared times time up. Okay? So, with that, we got time up is equals to VOY divide 9.8. Alright? So, katulad yun dito. Okay, so isa-isahin natin, no, kung paano nangyari yon. Parang ang dating naging shortcut siya. So, we started within this formula, VFY is equals to VOY minus 9.8 times time up. And then, so since yung VFY natin is equals to 0, so we have 0 is equals to VOY minus 9.8 times time up. Okay? Now, dahil 0 na yon, pwede na nating ilipat si VOY sa kabila. So, I'm just showing yung paano yung derivation na. Okay? So, we have here negative VOY is equals to. So, dahil yung VOY class originally ay positive, pag nilipat mo sa other side ng equation, magiging negative na siya. Okay? So, parehas na silang negative ni 9.8. Now, so para maiwan na lang yung type up sa gilid, so gagawin natin, i-multiply natin both sides in -9.8, nakatabi ni time up. Then, we cancel both 9.8 sa kabila. And then, doon naman sa bandang VOY, kinancel lang natin yung mga sign nila, which is negative. They are both negative. That's why, yung nakuha nating sagot is VOY is equals to T or time up. Okay, VOY divided by 9.8 is equals to time up. Okay? So next, how about, no, may mga pagkakataon na kung saan may nami-mention na original velocity and then angle. Yun lang talaga yung binibigay. May mga ganong problem na yun lang yung binibigay tapos hahanapin mo mga tatlong variables. Okay? So, dahil yun lang yung, dalawa lang yung given, yung original velocity tsaka yung angle theta. Okay? So, gagamitin mo itong formula na to para makapag-start ka na buuin yung um, table doon sa nire-recommend ko for determining the known and unknown variables. So, we have here VOX is equals to VO, okay, times cos theta. So, yung theta dyan, lalagay nyo dyan yung mismong angle na nakita nyo sa problem statement. Then, yung VO, kung ano yung nakalagay, that's meter per second, lalagay nyo rin dyan. Then, the same data pa rin, no, sa VOY. So, equals to VO times sine theta. So, kung ano yung original velocity and then yung angle na binigay sa problem set, parehas nyo lang po silang ilalagay dito sa dalawang formula na to para makuha nyo yung VOX at yung VOY. Alright? So now, let's start solving a problem about angle launch projectile motion. So, we had adopt this solving strategy at gagamitin natin ulit siya sa angle launch. So, let's start within this problem number 1. Okay? So, yung first step natin in solving this, so we will going to read the problem carefully, then sketch the scenario. Okay? So, a projectile is thrown at the velocity of 45.2 meter per second and an angle of 38.8 degrees above horizontal. So, determine the time in the air, the horizontal displacement, and maximum height. Okay? So, I highly recommend na i-pause nyo muna ito para mas maintindihan nyo yung scenario. And then, after that, you sketch the scenario. Alright, okay? So, hopefully, parehas tayo ng naiisip na ito ang kanyang itsura. Well, actually, ganito naman talaga ang mismong angle launch projectile motion. Okay, now, so number 2, step 2, we're going to determine the known value and unknown value. Pero problema, no, hindi natin pwedeng i-table kasi kaiba dun sa mga variables na nakikita natin dito sa problem set yung mga variables na pinupunan natin doon sa table na sinabi ko sa inyo sa horizontal launch. Okay? So, itatabi muna natin, lalagay muna natin sa side. Alright? So, we have here VO is equals to 45.2 meters per second and we have a given angle which is 33.8. So, the unknown right here is the time up. Kasi sabi dito, time in the air. Okay, so ibig sabihin yan, yung time na nasa air pa siya. Okay, doon nasa alapaap. Okay, and then alapaap ba? Tama doon. Okay, so dx, so yung range or horizontal displacement, and we have dy at peak. Alright? So, yung mga i-consider nating data dito, lahat is pang at peak. Okay? Or, dito, half of the parabola. Okay, now, so, to solve this and to start na magkaroon ng mga known and unknown variable, we know the unknown variables, pero meron tayong kulang or kailangan pa nating pigain yung mga meron pa lang tayong mga given. So, we'll go to select a suitable equation. So, for the given VO and angle theta, binigay ko sa inyo yung formulang ito para makapagsimula kayong galawin or makapagsimula kayo makakuha ng iba pang data to solve the problem. So we have your VOX equals to VO times cos theta, then VOY equals to VO times sine theta. Okay, now, so let's solve the problem since we have the equation. So let's start with VOX muna. Find the VOX is equals to VO times cos theta. Then let's just extract. No, VOX equals to 45.2. Then cos. So, kailangan i-parenthesis nyo lang. Yung theta dyan represents the angle of degrees. Okay? Na kung saan ay nilaunch yung object. So, we have a 33.8. Then, after that, we just type it on your calculator and you have VOX is equals to 37.56 meter per second. How about the another one? We have your VOY is equals to VO times sine theta. So, you just extract the values. Okay? Katulad nung ginawa natin sa VOX and we get VOY is equals to 25.14 meters per second. Okay, now, so dahil dyan, meron na tayong or pwede na natin gamitin yung table natin na nirecommend sa inyong gamitin. Okay, so we have your VOX is equals to 25.14 meters per second dahil yun yung nakuha natin from the formula. And since equal lang naman dahil constant velocity naman itong horizontal motion, so we have VFX equals to 25.14 meters per second. Okay, also our acceleration is a constant value which is 0 meters per second squared for horizontal motion. The time is dapat nating hanapin and the dx is nawawala rin. Okay, so for the y-axis, we have calculated natin na value gamit ng formula kanina is VOY equals to 37.56 meter per second. And the VFY natin, since we're speaking upon the time at the air and maximum height, meaning nasa peak or nasa air pa siya. At sabi nga natin, yung velocity at the peak is equals to 0 and that Vy or final and vertical of velocity in y-axis is equals to 0. So that Vy is equals to Vfy. So kung Vy is equals to 0, okay, or yung velocity in y-axis equals to 0, ganun din yung Vfy natin equals to 0 since momentarily nag-stop nga doon. Okay? And that is in the maximum height. Okay? And then, so we have your 0 meters per second. Okay? Ang acceleration natin hindi nagbabago sa 9.8 meter per second squared. The time hinahanap and the maximum height at peak. Okay? Lagyan nyo dy at peak lagi. Okay? So, that is missing. Kasi pwede namang magkaroon ng height not on peak. Okay? But the other part of the parabola. But for this one, we are asked, or the problem is asking for the maximum height at peak. So, to start with, dahil may VOY na tayo, okay, so again, we have time up is equals to VOY divided by 9.8. So again, bakit natin ginagamit yung time up? That's because we are nagfo-focus na hanapin yung mga variables na about sa tuktok no ng ating projectile motion or yung pinaka maximum height at peak. Okay? So, using that formula, we can find the T up. Then after nun, alamin natin yung total time. Okay? So, using that formula, so we just extract the values that we get from VOY, which is 25.14, divided by 9.8. So, we'll get 2.57 seconds. Alright? So, from that time up, calculate na natin yung total time, which is, just multiply it by 2 since parehas lang naman yung time up and time down. So, with that, we extract total time is equals to 2 times 2.57 and we got 5.14 seconds. Alright? So, with that, nakuha na natin, unti-unti nakukumpleto. So we have time up is equals to 2.57 and the time down is equals to 2.57 seconds too. And the total time is 5.14 seconds. Alright? So next, to find the dx, you have your vox. So this is horizontal, no? Kaya yung time natin dito, we are referring to the total time. Alright? So vox times total time. Now, using that formula, we just extract the values. So, dx is equals to 37.56 meters per second that we have right there. And times or multiply it to the total time. That is 5.14 seconds. So, with that, calculate it sa calculator and we got dx equals to 9, 1,193.06 meters. Alright? Next, so we have the dx is equals to 193.06 meters. So, we have here, dy na lang ang hinahanap natin. So, yung dy natin is equals to voy plus bfy divided by 2 times time up. So, again, dahil y-axis ito, no, or formula ng y-axis at ang hinahanap natin ay dito, variable na missing from vertical motion or y-axis. So, we have here time up. So, with that, we extract the values. 25.14 plus 0. So, since BFY is 0, because we are talking to the things at peak divided by 2, tapos times 2.57 seconds. So, with that, wala nang effect si 0. So, 25.14 divided by 2 times 2.57 seconds. So, pag dinivide natin yung 25.14, we got 12.57 and multiply it to 2.57 seconds and we got 25.14. With that, we get all of the missing parts of this problem. So, may natutunan po ba kayo? Okay, so very good with that. No, I want you to try on yourself. No, to know the process or the exact process how to do it. Okay, so these are the problem 2 and 3. Given na po yung problem for you to analyze and the answer. Okay, what I want you to do is to practice the process that I had presented. Okay, so kung may mga tanong kayo, okay, you just chat me ahead. Pero hindi pa tayo natatapos. Let's discuss this one. Last na to. Okay? So, what can affect the projectile motion's range and height? Okay? So, any guess? Ano bang pwedeng makaapekto sa range and height ng isang projectile motion? Okay? So, tingnan natin kung yung sagot ninyo ay tama dito sa impormasyong ito. Okay? So, we have here an example of the range in meters in horizontal distance. So, may iba't iba tayong angle and then may iba't iba ring range and height. Okay. So, from observing this um, picture, sa tingin nyo, anong nakakaapekto sa range and height? Okay, if your answer is the angle launch, okay, that is, or launch angle, that is correct. So, mula dun sa iba't ibang angle natin, nakakapag-produce tayo ng different height and different range or yung tinatawag nating dx. Alright? So, let's start observing muna. Okay? Which of the angle produces um, highest amount of height or yung pinaka mataas yung height value. Alright, no? So, from this one, kung ang sagot mo ay 75 degrees angle, that is correct, no? So, ibig sabihin yan, the higher the angle launch, no, mataas rin yung height na ating pinoproduce. Alright, so, also, no, the steeper, okay, or near, okay, pag masyadong or palapit na sa 90 degrees, mas tumataas yung height ng ating projectile motion. Okay, how about yung when it comes to range? Okay, so let us observe, alin dyan sa mga range natin or alin dyan sa mga angle launch natin ang makapag-produce ng pinakamataas or pinaka mas malawak na range? Okay, kung ang sagot mo ay 45 degrees, that is correct, no? So 45 degrees actually produces the max range, everybody. Okay? So how about the others, no? May mapapansin kayo diyan na magkakaparehas ng value ng range. Okay, ano-ano 'yon? Bigyan niyo nga ako isa. Okay, paano niyo malalaman na parehas yung kanilang range? Nakikita niyo merong mga curve na kung saan ay nagme-meet sa isang portion. Okay, alin-alin kaya doon? So we have, kung ang answer mo ay 75 and 15, that is correct. Okay? How about the others? Meron pa dyan. Okay, we have 30 and 60. Very good. Ano mapapansin nyo sa pairs na yon? We have 75 and 15 and 60 and 30. Okay, very good. So, pag inat nyo sila, it resulted to 90 degrees. Parehas sila nun. Kaya, parehas rin yung covered na range nila. And we call these angles as complementary angles. Okay? So, this things, no, at tandaan ninyo, ha? Okay? This condition that we are been showing, or the graph that we are been showing, is a kind of result in considering na constant yung velocity natin dito. Okay? So, yung mga resulta na nakita natin, constant velocity po yung ating mga ginagamit na velocity. Hindi po pwedeng pabago-bago. Okay? Kasi pag nagbago yan, nagbago yung velocity, magbabago rin po yung mga datas na ating nakikita. Okay? So, with that, thank you very much for listening, and hopefully you have learned much in this video. Goodbye, everybody.